Contrary to Alphabet and others, TSystems is closely working together with car makers to drive IT and communication innovations in the automotive industry. The major difference between Alphabet and others, all customer data remain to 100% in the domain of the car maker or supplier. Therefore, TSystems will play an important role in the digitalization process and autonomous driving. Today, we welcome Oliver Bahns, head of the connected mobility business at TSystems. Mr. Bahns will join our next IT Symposium. Hence, with Oliver Bahns, we will give you a quick take on forthcoming event. Oliver spent part of his career in the United States, in South Korea, in China, in Indonesia, so he knows very well on global trends. Mr. Bahn, welcome. Connected car services become a key element of what car makers offer to customers. What is TSystems' contribution to that?
Yeah, thanks for having me today. To make it short and crisp, TSystems builds and operates connected car platforms for car manufacturers and commercial vehicle manufacturers. We do this currently with about 25 million vehicles on our platform in more than 200 countries. And we build these solutions on top of what we call building blocks, which are kind of cloud agnostic modules, which we use as a foundation to build customer-specific connected car platforms.
So why do connected car services get such a strategic relevance in car industry?
Yeah, I think the reason is we see that there's a huge shift in the relevance of connected services recently. I mean, they exist for quite a while, but have been seen as, I would say, kind of accessories in the past. And this is really changing dramatically. And so I think the reason is because we start to understand how they can really influence three key elements of our industry's business model. The first one is the product. I mean, with connected services, we can now modify and adjust the product along the complete life cycle. The second element is the business model with features like feature on demand, for example, as a services. The industry has the opportunity to actually build new revenue streams. And last but not least, connected services also provide the opportunity to really revolutionize this customer relationship, coming from very few touch points along the life cycle now to a more or less continuous interaction with the clients.
So that's very important. So what are the key success factors to successfully manage the complete connected service life cycle of car?
Yeah, to put it very easy, I think the challenge is to provide a relevant service, which means the right service in the right context, easy to use in the vehicle with a high end-to-end availability to the user. That's a task. And if we are thinking about cars as new, I would say, smart devices on vehicles, we kind of compete, or at least we need to differentiate also from smartphones and their ecosystems, which everybody of us has in his pockets and can use 24 hours, 7 days a week. So in order to differentiate, there are three areas we can use as an industry. The first one is we have to make sure that we use our advantages when it comes to user interaction. So we have some benefits as a car industry in the designing the user interface, so how the user is consuming a service while he is in the vehicle, like speech recognition, like haptic sensors, and so on. The second thing is we have some advantages, or we could have some advantages in actually personalizing the services with sensors in the seats. Just as a simple example, we know exactly who is sitting where in the vehicle, and we could customize the service position exactly for this individual. And the third thing, and that's where we come into play, is we need to make sure that we have really a superior, I would say, service management cycle. And in order to do so, we believe there are several key, I would say, design principles we need to follow. The first one is we need to build a seamless connected vehicle platform architecture. What does it mean? if you look on the value chain for connected services, we are thinking in silos. We have the vehicle, we have an edge, and we have a backend, for example, and then we have a service ecosystem. We need to make sure that we bridge these different stages of the delivery chain and manage it as a seamless value chain. This is the first thing. The second thing is we need to make sure that we avoid technology logins. That's why, for example, we build our solutions cloud agnostic, because we should really avoid to get locked into one specific technology or one specific vendor. And the third thing is we need to build our services on modular and scalable platform foundations. And this is where we provide our solutions and our expertise. So this includes, for example, tool chains to make sure third-party developers can develop new services on the platform. Secondly, we need to make sure that we have an automated way to really monitor the service provision end-to-end, means from the service provider, from the content provider down to or up to or down to the head unit where the consumer consumes the service. And last but not least, we need also to make sure that we provide what we call cross-domain services. So we should provide certain services in a pre-configured manner so that others who build end-user services, like, for example, third parties, can build upon these given features. And we call them cross-domain features. So like, for example, in OTA service or in MNO integration or a log-unlock function should actually be pre-built, because not every party who builds a new service should build this from scratch. They can use these elements. And those are examples for the core design principles we apply to our solutions. And that's also what I would like to present and then hopefully also discuss.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this was just a quick take, which shows you what we are discussing together with Oliver Bahns. Oliver Bahns, thank you very much for the conversation.
Thanks a lot.